so many of you here, we have a really interesting program lined up for you today. You may not have read about our guest speaker in the newspaper, but...
Your speaking request may come from a friend or a stranger. It may be a part of your job, something as important as a sales presentation. Or it may come from a civic or religious group. This program is designed to provide you with the skill and confidence to stand up and speak effectively in any situation. We will demonstrate the essential principles of effective public speaking, and we will show you the techniques that make speeches work. Always, the emphasis will be on practical guidance, information that you can begin using today.
Please welcome Dr. Jerry Baker.
But let's start from the beginning.
Hello.
Hello, is Dr. Baker there, please?
Yeah, this is Jerry Baker.
This is Elizabeth Chase, and I'm president of the Management Club. We've been doing a series of programs dealing with communication issues, and your friend Art Johnson gave a great speech to our group last month. He suggested you might be a good speaker for our group as well.
Well, thanks for the invitation. You realize I'm a sports psychologist.
Right. We hear you've done some interesting work helping athletes improve their skills. Art says you use a technique where athletes visualize a successful performance.
Right. We call that positive imagery.
Aha. Well, I was thinking there might be applications for this approach in business situations.
Oh, yeah, it has lots of applications. Tell me, when would this be?
We had hoped you'd be available for our meeting on the 18th.
Well, I'd have to check my dates.
Well, sure, of course.
So tell me a little more. Where exactly would this take place?
At the Hyatt on Union Square.
And the time?
Hey, Jerry. Got you working.
Yeah. Well, Julie hinted that I get outside and get some fresh air and exercise.
There are a lot of other ways of getting fresh air and exercise.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, by the way, Art, I just got a phone call yesterday from the president of the Management Club.
I thought you might. How's the speech going?
Yeah, well, I don't know about this speech. Yeah, I think I need a little more information first.
Well, they serve great food.
Yeah, but what kind of an audience are they?
Oh, right. Let's see. They're nice people, very sophisticated. They ask good questions. They're a good, attentive audience.
Tell me more. I mean, men, women, ages, details are details.
Right. Let's see. They're business people, mostly 30s to 50s. A good mix of men and women. Hey, I'd do it if I were you.
Come on, it's so much easier for you. Every time I've heard you speak, it's like you've got a natural ability for public speaking. I just don't know. Doesn't public speaking scare you at all?
Nah, well, there are some moments. It's more a matter of practice and preparation than some God-given talent. Look, just be yourself, show some enthusiasm, and prepare well. I'll help you get a plan together.
When Jerry thinks about speaking, he feels a little nervous, a touch of the butterflies. Besides that, he's busy, and he hasn't done much public speaking. But Jerry realizes that being an effective public speaker is a great asset, and to become an effective public speaker takes practice. He also looks forward to informing interested people about his work.
Yes, Elizabeth Chase, please.
This is Elizabeth Chase.
Oh, hello. Yeah, this is Jerry Baker.
Oh, hi, Dr. Baker.
I've checked my appointments, and everything's clear. I'd be pleased to speak on the 18th.
Oh, that's terrific. I'm so pleased to hear that.
Yeah, well, I do have a couple of questions. You got a minute?
Certainly.
Well, let me find my list here just a second.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah, I'm familiar with the hotel that you meet in, but I'd like to know which room.
In the Plaza West.
Uh-huh. And could you tell me how exactly the room's set up?
Whether he knows it or not, Jerry has made a good beginning. He has undertaken the first essential task of good speech writing. He has begun learning about his audience. At the same time, he has begun to learn details about his speaking environment. What's the occasion? How big is the group? Are there other speakers? The more information you have, the more creative you can be in targeting your speech for your audience. And it will be less likely that you'll be surprised by your speaking circumstances. Jerry's brainstorming now. He's getting lots of ideas down on paper. He's not paying much attention to form. Still, in the back of his mind, two essential principles of good speech writing are at work. First, he's focusing on his goal, which is to inform his audience about ways they can use imagery in business situations. And secondly, he's tailoring his speech to fit his audience. He's not going to bore these business people with a lot of technical jargon. When Jerry finishes brainstorming, he will begin researching details for developing his ideas. He may go to the library or reread back issues of his professional journals. He might even call some of his friends in the business community. Even now, while he researches material, Jerry is thinking about another essential principle of good speech writing. He knows his speech must eventually have a clear three-part structure: an introduction, a discussion section, and a conclusion. In the introduction of your speech, you establish a relationship with your audience. You let them know what you will talk about, and give them the confidence that you will not speak randomly. Most good speeches, though, provide something additional. At the very beginning, they provide the audience with an appetizer, an attention getter, something that piques the audience's curiosity, turns it fully to the speaker, and indicates the direction the speech is headed. Relevant humor, provocative statements, arresting facts or statistics, or rhetorical questions, all can be effective attention getters.
Hey, hey, how'd the tennis go?
It's great.
Oh, so you won, huh?
How'd you guess? You know, some days everything feels just right.
Well, listen to this. It's about golf, but you'll get the idea. Some of you who are golfers will recognize this situation. You're lining up a putt, you're moving from one side of the pin to the other, checking the slope and the grain. When suddenly, the line of the putt seems to just lay itself out on the green. You picture how the ball's going to break from the club face, how it's going to spin and curve, and then you practically hear it dropping into the cup. When you finally stroke the ball, it's like deja vu, like you've been there before. The ball seems tracked in the precise course that you visualized and drops into the hole with that satisfying little plunk. Now, on good days, this feeling may reappear again and again, while on bad days, well, let's not talk about the bad days.
Sounds good. Needs a little polish.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's another one. I recently interviewed a very successful athlete whose method of preparing for an event.
If you haven't guessed, Jerry's working on attention getters. While doing this, he accomplishes a couple of things. First, he's working on details. A humorous story or anecdote needs to be told clearly and